Hello, my name is Robert Hayden. I was the rank of E5, second class petty officer. When I got to the ship, every ship is slightly different than the other ships, and submarines are slightly different configurations. And we had to learn the configuration of our particular ship. So they had an initial training session that was called Reactor training, and it was generic for Unit 1 and Unit 2, because they were also slightly different. Even within the same ship. So we learned about the differences and the commonalities between the two units. And after 3 months, we were assigned to Unit 1 or Unit 2, which would be our primary area where we would normally work. But since the two units were more or less the same with very subtle differences, either unit didn't matter where you went. Now, having said that, there was something that came out when myself and some other individuals, we were done with our training session, but right before we got sent to our respective units, Unit 1 or Unit 2, I was a mechanic, electricians, whatever. We were all, there was like 15 of us. Some of us got sent to different, nothing to do with the power plants, different parts of the ship. Because this was the surprise, we learned that once you got sent to the ship, every department on the ship was told to, you have to supply X amount of people to common facilities like the mess decks, because everybody had to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and nighttime have snacks. But every department, everybody had to send somebody. So I was chosen to go to the mess decks, instead of going down to where I was supposed to go for 3 months. And I was like, okay. Now, I did not have a problem. I was like, okay, that's, I was volunteer enlisted. I'm like, okay, no big deal. I asked for this is what I get. Went to the mess decks. And I did what I thought was a reasonable job of trying to get guys to do things that they did not want to do, because you had to understand that everybody, not just myself, the only people that actually worked there were the cooks, because they chose, when they chose the Navy, they chose to be cooks. Everybody else was just like myself, brand new to the ship and just like tossed onto the mess decks. And other parts of the ship, there were different locations. That's where I ended up. And I spent 3 months up there and made a couple of friends and made more enemies, because I outranked everybody that I was supposed to be trying to guide them. Two glitches with that. A, I was not taught anything about how to manage people. I had no training whatsoever. And B, I didn't really know what I could do with these people. And C, like I said, everybody was kind of not happy because they were not doing whatever they thought they signed up to when they enlisted in the service to begin with. So that went on for 3 months, and then I was eventually sent down to where I was supposed to go to. I ended up in the #1 reactor room as a reactor mechanic, machinist mate. In the civilian world, I guess you call them like plumbers, AC people or something like that. And I spent the next 4 years down there. I qualified. They start you out in the basement, quite literally. The only thing below you is the ocean. Down at the bottom of the ship. We were already 40 feet underwater from the water line when you get down to the bottom of the ship where I was. So people said, well, if Torby hit you, I said, we're already sunk. We're already 40 feet underwater. Who cares? So that was my philosophy, my mental attitude, my outlook, that, all right, we're going to get hit, we're going to get shot. The Russians are going to kill us. We're already dead anyway. We're already 40 feet young. How are you going to survive that? No big deal. Well, fortunately, that did not happen. Otherwise, we would not be having this conversation. So I qualified up through the ranks, and there were, within the mechanical spectrum of what you could do. You could qualify through all the machinery spaces, which was about 80% of the downstairs area. There was one level above us that was really, and it was still below water line level, but that's where all the electronic stuff was, and the electronic people took care of most of that stuff. We took care of, as a mechanic, we took care of all the pumps and valves and everything downstairs. That was our job.